Hello everybody and welcome back to the Wii YouTube studio. Today we have the Starlash. This is unique.
New locking mechanism. We'll just start with that.
Brand new. That's the big story on this thing. It's completely different than anything that we've ever released, anything that you have used before. This has got what we're calling a flip press lock, and the locking mechanism is integrated into the flipper tab. So that when you press that flipper tab down, it unlocks the blade so that you can close it. It's a super unique action.
It's pretty sweet. So this was debuted Blade Show Texas, and then it's kind of been in some R&D and prototyping stages from there, and it's being finally released here in these 4 different variations.
We have 4 variations. They're all going to be available at the end of November here. And we have a blacked out version with some bronze hardware. We have a 2-tone black and silver version with the carbon fiber inlay. We have the all gray with blue anodized accents and the frag pattern. And then we have the polished gray with the blue fat carbon and hand rubbed satin blade. Kyle, do you have a favorite?
I like this one because there's no inlay on it. It's just the machining, which is kind of cool. But also the blackout is obviously it's my go-to. The blackout's kind of fun.
I agree. I normally really love carbon fiber inlays on this particular knife. My favorite are these 2 versions right here. Go ahead.
Well, other than obviously the really cool lock, I'm going to start calling it the FLP now because it's the flip press lock. But yeah, so FLP. But you do have a really awesome, very large belly. Obviously, we'll get into some of the details there. So this is a larger knife for sure. Full 4-finger grip with some extra space. Really clean milled pocket clip on the back there. And it looks like it just kind of, there's some extra detail in there rather than just being some straight lines. Kind of to go with the curvature of some of like the cutouts for your finger and stuff like that. And then yeah, just the milling alone on some of these, like this frag pattern on both this one and the one you have. Just kind of unique stuff there. You do have a backspacer with some awesome milling and a lanyard space. And just kind of going around, like it's a really, like it feels like pretty good in hand as well.
Super sturdy.
It's light as always.
Yep. For the size of the knife it's extremely light. When you look on the inside, you can see that it's got some thick handles and thick scales, but there's a lot of material removed from the inside of those to lighten it up a little bit. Let's just talk a little bit more about the action on this thing and kind of how it works. When you have the knife in the closed position, you can press that flipper tab on the top and push it down. And there's actually no detent in the, like a traditional detent, like a normal knife would have. So the detent is built into the locking mechanism, and so it holds the blade shut, but it's not locked. So you can pull that out, and when you do that, you'll see that it actually manipulates that flip press tab just a little bit. You do not need to push that tab in order to open the knife. You can pull your finger straight back on the blade to give it a nice solid lockout. You can press in on that tab as you open it, and that's going to give it a softer open. So it's a slightly different feel depending on how you actuate it using that flip press tab.
Yeah, it's definitely different. You guys can probably see already. I'm sitting here just playing with it, and I like had a couple like obviously misfires, but that's obviously user error.
Yeah, it's just just like every front flipper has a different action, and it takes you a minute to kind of get used to it. This is a different action that we haven't used, and it's slightly different. Now, when you close it, obviously you got to be careful. You're putting your thumb in the path of the blade. When you push on that tab there, just make sure that you get your thumb out of the way before you close it. So
as you would like a liner lock, right? Because a liner lock, same deal. You're pushing your liner lock over, or even the frame lock, you're pushing that over. So same thing here. Instead of pushing the lock over, you're just pushing down on your flipper tab to then engage that and just let it drop.
Yep. So very similar to a liner or frame lock. You're going to push that in and then get it started with your finger, and then it's super drop shutty. It's super smooth. So the action on this feels really good. You just can't treat this like you would like a button lock where you push it and flip it shut.
Yeah.
That would get you into trouble. But otherwise, it's super, super smooth, super satisfying to flip, as you can see by the evidence that we just keep doing it. All right, let's jump into the specs on the Starlash. The overall length of the Starlash is 9.34 inches. The blade length is 3.97 inches. The handle length is 5.37 inches. The blade thickness is 0.16 inch. The handle thickness is 0.55 inch. The weight is 6.72 ounces on the all titanium version and 7.13 ounces on the carbon fiber inlay versions. Alright guys, there you have the specs on the new Starlash from WeKnife. We've got an MSRP of this between $420 and $510 depending on the version that you get. This is going to be available end of November. Make sure you're pre-saving it, pre-ordering it, doing whatever you need to do to get this brand new locking mechanism in your hand because it's smooth.
It is way smooth. So make sure you guys check this out. As also, we have brand new videos released on this channel as well as this Vivi channel, so make sure you guys check those out.
More new knives all the time. Thanks for watching, guys.